President Jacob Zuma sticks to his guns, denying the controversial Gupta family's involvement in appointing cabinet ministers. Bad news for consumers as interest rates go up for the second time this year, this time by 25 basis points. Hello and welcome to it. You're watching eNews Direct. I'm Duduzile Ramela.
And I'm Sandile Gangose. Good evening.
To comment on any of our stories, you can find us on Twitter and Facebook. That's at eNews Direct.
And tonight our hashtags are Zuma Q&A and Gwede Mantashe.
And we start with this. Tempers flared in Parliament again today as President Jacob Zuma answered questions in the National Assembly. The session was expected to be heated following Cebisi Jonas's revelations that the Guptas had offered him a top government job. Opposition parties also wanted answers on why the president had fired Nhlanhla Nene as finance minister.
This time, it was the official opposition's turn to stage a walkout. DA MPs left in support of their leader, Mmusi Maimane, who was asked to leave the House. Maimane had objected to President Jacob Zuma's reply to questions about why he sacked Nhlanhla Nene.
The president has come here to tell South Africans that the rand was already in decline, which is not true. The fact of the matter is...
Honorable Maimane, Honorable Maimane,
the president
if you have an argument to make, this is not the way to do it, Honorable Maimane. Please take a seat, Honorable Maimane.
President Zuma has defended his decision to oust Nene as finance minister.
I wanted him to go to a position that needs the most capable, recognized internationally. That's precisely the reason. I thought he should contribute not just to the country, to the continent, to the globe.
The president was also asked how he plans to deal with Cebisi Jonas's revelations that the Guptas offered him a top government post.
If Jonas says he was offered by the Guptas, I think you'll be well placed to ask the Guptas or Jonas. Don't ask me. Where do I come in? I had no business with that. I had absolutely no business.
Other issues tabled included the economy, the National Development Plan, and alleged illegal deductions from the accounts of grant beneficiaries. Bonga Dlulane, Parliament.
Well, the Democratic Alliance has meanwhile laid criminal charges against the Guptas at Cape Town Police Station. It's challenging the controversial family about their alleged influence in government. The charges relate to Section 4 of the Prevention and Combating of Corrupt Activities Act.
It frames where the president consulted with anyone. The question then furthermore must be, what is the nature and the extent of the relationship between the president and the Guptas? How long will it continue? And does he not feel that in fact it betrays the people of this country?
Response from ANC Secretary General Gwede Mantashe. He says the Gupta family has become too arrogant. Mantashe is adamant the ruling party can and will deal with the problem presented by the politically connected family. He has, however, downplayed expectations that President Jacob Zuma is about to be recalled.
Responding to Cebisi Jonas's shock confirmation that they offered him the job of finance minister last year, the Gupta family blames it on rival factions within the ANC.
I looked at that and I came to the conclusion that it's an arrogance of power. You see, when you think that you have an undue influence in you as a company, you say many things about an organization, you don't respect it, and then you can say anything. I think that is the arrogance to the superlative degree.
When asked if President Jacob Zuma may be recalled by the party at its National Executive Committee meeting this weekend, Mantashe explains it's not that easy.
At the point of recall of President Thabo Mbeki, he was not the president of the ANC. Okay. Here, we're talking about the president of the ANC, who is the president of the Republic, elected by the conference of the ANC into the president of the ANC.
Simply put, the ANC would need to convene a special conference of its branches to deal with Zuma's fitness to hold office.
And therefore the ANC, in dealing with that matter, will not just act willy-nilly as journalists think we can. It will have to go through the motions that are organizational, protected and guided by resolutions of conference.
While some individual party members have come out in support of the Deputy Minister's decision to speak out against the Guptas, the ANC Youth League has defended Zuma, calling on the president to dismiss Mcebisi Jonas from his cabinet. Olimgambi, Johannesburg.
And of course, claims by Mcebisi Jonas and Feki Mentor that the Guptas offered them cabinet posts are quite revealing of the politics of money and influence. But still, many pieces of this puzzle are missing.
In Jonas's case, perhaps the burning question is how would the Guptas benefit by influencing who controls Treasury? Theories include that the capture of the institution would ensure, among others, that there are no stumbling blocks in the approval of government's nuclear build program.
The narrative that has grown around the issue of state capture should be of concern to all responsible and caring South Africans, particularly those of us who have accepted the task to lead our people.
And how exactly would the Guptas have known that a vacancy was imminent in the finance ministry? After all, this would require special insight into the president's thinking, as he's the only one with the power to hire and fire ministers.
The Constitution does not require me to consult anyone before I appoint or remove a minister or a deputy minister.
Questions have also been raised about possible Gupta family meddling in other appointments, including the president's replacement of Mwako Ramatlhodi with Mosebenzi Zwane last year. The Guptas have interests in the mining sector. Claims by Mentor and former Public Enterprises Minister Barbara Hogan suggest the Guptas also wanted to influence that ministry's incumbent. But why? To give the Gupta-linked jet airlines the upper hand.
With the Jet Airways, I can confirm that I too was put under enormous pressure to meet with Jet Airways around the route to South Africa.
Minister Mwako Ramatlhodi is now also being mentioned as someone the Guptas tried to woo, while former Transport Minister Ben Martins has been sending coded messages, fueling speculation. Thulasizwe Semelane, Johannesburg.
Let's change gears now and shift focus on to other news. Major roads in Zandspruit remain closed after residents went on the rampage. Shops in the area north of Johannesburg have been looted. Cars set alight as violent clashes continue. Residents have vowed to protest until their demands are met. They want electricity supplied to their community.
After days of violent clashes in Zandspruit, residents are not backing down. 2 cars were set alight and several people, including police officers, were injured. They want Eskom to bring back electricity, which was disconnected last week because the connections were illegal. But residents say they've been forced to connect illegally because the municipality has not delivered on its promise to provide power in the area. They've gone on a rampage, looting nearby shops.
Almost every stock, fridge is all gone. The office, even the business is bent down to ashes. There is nothing left.
Angry residents cleaned out liquor stores, furniture shops, motor repair workshops, and a butchery.
They started coming through those walls at the back and I had no chance against them. We just ran out and they just took over. They just broke everything and vandalized everything.
The municipality says it's working with Eskom to try and speed up plans to bring power to Zandspruit. But in the meantime, these residents have promised to bring the area to a standstill until their demands are met. Lenyaroselo, Zandspruit.
A quick look at world news now, and Kurdish group TAK or TAK has claimed responsibility for the deadly attack in Ankara on Sunday. 37 people were killed. The attack was in retaliation to military intervention in the predominantly Kurdish southeast. Germany has closed its embassy in Ankara, citing an imminent threat. And protesters have packed the streets of Brazil after President Dilma Rousseff named her predecessor, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, as chief of staff. But a judge in Brazil has since blocked the appointment shortly after Lula was sworn in. Just last week, Lula was charged with money laundering and fraud as part of a corruption probe. The country's opposition claims the move is meant to shield Lula from prosecution. Protesters want Lula imprisoned. Remember to comment on any of these stories. You can find us on social media, Twitter and Facebook. That's at eNews Direct, or head on over to our website. That's eNCA.com/direct. Welcome back. Money matters now, and consumers are facing more tough times with rising inflation and now higher interest rates.
2 monetary policy meetings so far this year and 2 rate hikes. This time the Reserve Bank increasing rates by 25 basis points, moving the prime lending rate to 10.5%. Inflation is the main reason.
Given the upside risk to the inflation forecast and the protracted period of the expected breach, the MPC decided that further tightening was required to complement the previous moves.
It's been a tough 2 years with interest rates rising by 2 percentage points. The recent drought has not helped. Petrol prices are expected to fuel another uptick in inflation as the oil price begins to climb and the extra 30-cent fuel levy comes into effect.
The committee remains concerned about the weak growth outlook amid negative business and consumer confidence. The growth challenges facing the economy are compounded by the deteriorating outlook for global growth. The committee assesses the risks to the growth outlook to be on the downside.
The local economy is now expecting to expand by 0.8% this year, almost doubling to 1.4% in 2017. Arabile Kumete, Johannesburg.
Right, let's see how the markets performed today. Let's check in with the Weather Center now. Here's Joel Guy.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Weather Center. Here's a quick summary of how the end of the work week is going to look like. We are going to stay with isolated to scattered rain and thunder showers for the eastern and southeastern parts of the country. Fine weather continues across the central and western areas. Then late on Friday night, a cold front hits the southwest coastline, introducing light rain over these parts of the country as well as parts of the south coast. Now, this situation is going to result in up to 100 millimeters of rain in 24 hours in places over the Limpopo province. But on the other hand, the cold front that is set to hit the southwest coastline will result in just about 10 millimeters of rain in 24 hours. KwaZulu-Natal is going to be partly cloudy with isolated rain in the evening for the southern areas. Durban and Pietermaritzburg warming to around 31 degrees. Light afternoon and evening rain is also forecast for the southeastern parts of the Eastern Cape. It's going to be mostly sunny and warm to hot for much of the province's interior. A high of 26 is forecast for Port Elizabeth. Light rain is forecast late on Friday night for the south coast of the Western Cape and along the southwest coastline. And in the afternoon, Cape Town and Hermanus will just make it to around 23 degrees. Clear skies are forecast for the Northern Cape. Warm to hot temperatures across much of the province. A high of 32 for Kimberley and Pietermaritzburg. It's going to be partly cloudy and dry for much of the Free State, Bloemfontein and Welkom, reaching highs of around 31 degrees. Thunder showers are forecast early for Mahikeng, Zeerust and Rustenburg, but it should become dry for those parts of the northwest late in the afternoon. On the other hand, it's going to be pretty unsettled across much of the Limpopo province. A high of just 23 is forecast for Polokwane. Thundery downpours are also forecast for the northern parts of the Mpumalanga province. A high of 28 is expected in Mbombela. We are also going to see thunder showers going away early for Gauteng. A high of 29 is forecast for Pretoria. Your weekend is going to look like this. Rainy weather is forecast along the south and the east coast. Thunderstorms persist for Mbombela and Polokwane. Then on Sunday, we stay with thunder showers for Polokwane and Mbombela. Light rain continues in Richards Bay and Durban.
Thank you, Jill. After the break, we bring you a biopic of struggle icon Solomon Mahlangu, which collected some top honors at the Rapid Lion Film Awards.
We were tired of only having stones to throw.
Welcome back. A South African movie has collected some top accolades at the Rapid Lion Film Awards.
Good for us. The biopic centers on struggle icon Solomon Mahlangu and took 9 years to produce.
My name is Solomon Mahlangu. I live in Mamelodi, C2 Ndebele section.
There's going to be a match on the 16th of June in Soweto.
Kalushi, Shepherd in Sesotho, is a coming-of-age biopic revealing a window into the life of struggle stalwart Solomon Mahlangu.
We were tired of only having stones to throw while you shoot us with bullets.
A young Umkhonto weSizwe operative, accused, sentenced, convicted, and hanged by apartheid police in 1979.
You leave here, it'll be in a coffin.
Somebody who stood for something. He wanted to be a teacher, and when that didn't work out, obviously, and he got involved in a struggle, was willing to sacrifice and pay the ultimate price.
We sing with Solomoni. Do you think we understand the power in that name?
Each and every one of us has a bit of Solomon in them. So I think we do understand it. You know, it might not be in its totality.
Prosecution, please lay the charges.
What was it like for lead actor Thabo Rametsi to play Solomon Mahlangu?
Before we even started filming, we went to Solomon's grave and we did the whole traditional thing with Mkomboti and Snaith. And I carried his spirit from it felt like from that grave onto the screen, and I hope I really captured that.
You at home will have to wait until September for its cinema run. Nontobeko Sbisi, Johannesburg.
Here's a reminder of the day's top stories before we say goodbye. President Jacob Zuma sticks to his guns in denying the controversial Gupta family's involvement in appointing cabinet ministers. And that's a wrap from the eNews Direct team.
Yes, indeed. Until next time, good night.